Welcome to the Chronicle podcast, episode 71 or episode 1, depending on your perspective. So I'd created this podcast before with my YouTube channel and used it to journal the exciting things of my life while I was living in Japan. I still do live in Japan, but now with recent efforts to start my own business, bring together a team, and to build a story creation app for children, that is now the content that we are going to share here. And I hope that it has so many fascinating topics in terms of education, neurology, how reading impacts our early development, that a lot of what people may have enjoyed before about tuning in, because we discussed a lot of different books, a lot of different cultural things, that the topics now you may still find interesting. So if you're tuning back in, thank you for returning. It's been a year and 9 months at this point. And for those who are finding me and Dreambook for the first time, thanks for checking us out. And I would like to make this a kind of open forum. So not only will I be able to share here the sort of like updates and research that we're doing on developing Dreambook, but I would also like to make a large part of the conversation here how exactly have I been able to start a business and what has worked and not worked, given that this is, I don't want to say non-traditional, but that we have had so much success regardless of the fact that we are bootstrapping. We don't have some huge financial funding behind us, but what we do have are incredibly passionate people who've joined the team and allowed us to really recognize the scale of our ambition, which is quite large. So for this first episode, I was thinking about how could I best handle this? Because we've done a lot of research, that's really interesting, and a lot of that pertains to, as I mentioned a moment ago, early childhood development in relation to reading, and that is kind of an endless fountain of fascinating information. A lot of the science that goes into how children develop with reading, it matters as well for adults, and so I think there's kind of a parallel interest that could run there for people. I would like to do a lot of episodes on that. So just talking about, for example, what is mental simulation, reality simulation. How is it exactly that we develop narratives, our very first narratives, and what do those narratives mean for how we digest the rest of reality? All of these are really interesting topics that have to do with our development and our relationship with reading.